Divrei Torah Leinu Ishmat Ruth Chaya Batzara Fegel and Leinu Ishmat Jackie Ben Simi. So we're continuing with the laws of HaGomel, and there's a very interesting question, actually a story that happened with this Sdei Chemed. The Sdei Chemed lived right about 155 years ago. Well, this story was about 155 years ago. I believe he lived in the time of the Harif, Rabbi Franco, and they even exchanged letters at some point. And over there is, I think it was him or another rabbi from Rodis. I believe it was him. So he went and he visited Eretz Yisrael because the Sdei Chemed wrote extensive work on halachic questions. And he visited Eretz Yisrael. He said, I went to visit Arba Aratzot. What is Arba Aratzot? He went to visit Tzvat, Tveria, Yerushalayim, Hebron. He went to do that. And he wanted to know whether or not to say HaGomel in every single one of his destinations, in every single one of his stops. So he traveled from Chutz La'aretz, from outside of Israel, to Eretz Yisrael. And now he has a couple of stops. So the question is, should I say HaGomel in every single one of my stops? Or is HaGomel something that is said inclusively when I'm at my final destination, because maybe I should wait. Maybe I should wait until I stop all my stops and so on and so forth, huh? To Mechos Cheftzam, Mechos Cheftzam, and that's exactly the point. A Mechos Cheftzam actually means the destination of their choice, of their, what they planned, where they planned to, where they wanted to go to. So he asked the rabbis in Israel, and they said, well, what is Mechos Cheftzam? What is your destination? You came here to visit all the 4 cities. You wanted to go to Yerushalayim and Hebron and Tzfat and Tveria. So this is your destination. Now you have another destination, another one, and another one. And therefore they ruled for him that he has to say HaGomel when he reaches every single one of those destinations. And so that's interesting. Rav Ovadia Yosef also holds for us today, even though we may not have such a situation where we're coming from outside of Israel, like that, but it could be a situation where you have a question, hey, I have 2 scenarios. One scenario is I have a stopover from here to Israel, and I have a stopover in JFK, in New York. I'm not getting out of the airport. That's not even my destination. My destination is Israel. So should I say HaGomel in my stopover, or should I wait and only say it when I get to Israel? So the answer is JFK is not my destination. My destination is Israel. That's why when I stop for a minute or for 5 or 10 hours in JFK, if that's nothing for me to do there, then I don't say HaGomel only when I get to Eretz Yisrael. However, if maybe you're on a cruise and you're going to 3 different locations, you're getting off, and that is your destination. You're going to spend, I think, I've never been on a cruise, I'm not so interested to go on a cruise, but I believe that you go and then you spend like a whole day in this island and then a whole day in that island. Whoever enjoys doing that should indeed say HaGomel when they get to every one of those destinations, because that's a destination. That's where they want to be. And the question is, if you're only going for an hour, for 10 minutes, I don't think that's even relevant, because I don't believe people will do that. But if it's more, something substantial, something significant, then a person should say HaGomel. And if we're on that topic, I want to wish for Refuah Shlema to our good friend, Simcha Yosef ben Shimon Tovia, that you're with us back today. You had a little operation, and there's another question. A person that had an operation and came out of the operation, they were bedridden, they're up and going, they're mobilized again. But the doctor's saying, well, we did that today, but next week you have another one. You did one eye, next week the other eye. You did one foot, next week the other foot. One kidney, all that. So now you're safe and sound, but next week you have another one. It's not over yet. So the machloket, Rav Ovadia rules, according to the halachic authorities that believe that a person should say HaGomel, and every single time you're free and clear or immobilized and walking around and about. However, he brings the Divrei Chaim of Tzanz, that believes that a person should wait until the very, very, very end when they finish all their procedural things that they have to do, and only then they should say HaGomel. But we hold according to the opinion that in every single one of them, you get up, you're mobilized again, even though you have another eye and another leg and another foot and another thing to take care of next week, next month, and 6 months. Right now, say HaGomel, and that is the bracha that should say. Amen.